Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live, guys. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Thomas.
I'm Blair.
We are with Alphasttrainnchc.
And who's not with us at the moment?
Malik and Brandon.
That's our guitar player and our drummer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start you with standard questions. How'd you get the name of the band?
Well, so myself and he's no longer in the band right now. Chris, we started the group and we kind of settled with the name Alpha. Not realizing, which we probably should have realized, there was like 100 other Alpha bands out there. So we were just kind of throwing names around in the group chat. And I think I was like, what if we called ourselves Alpha Kush? And our drummer, Brandon, he was like, nah. He's like, Alpha Strain. And we were all like, fuck yeah, that's sick. So pretty much it.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys all meet?
Well, I've actually known Blair for I've known Blair for quite some time now. We were in Sincerely a Trader together, and of course when she was with Genetic Terrors.
We met kind of back in the old, like, we originally met like in the punk days, as I like to call them, when we were both actively playing in punk bands, and we met at like this show, the very first show my punk band ever did, and it's kind of like blossomed from there.
Yeah, the very early Home for the Day days. And we've known Brandon as the years have passed, but Malik I actually met at a Home for the Day show. I gave him an Alpha sticker, and we made a post saying that we needed a guitarist, and he responded, and luckily it's been us four ever since.
And I've known Brandon since high school, actually.
Yeah.
He just kind of reached out of the blue and was like, I wanna fucking play. And so I was like, sure, let's give it a shot. Held an audition and he just kind of killed it. So
yeah, he's been great.
So you guys came out about, I'm gonna say mid 2003.
Yeah, April 4/20 of 2023.
So how's the journey so far?
Fantastic.
it's been really cool. I think when this band was originally founded, it was kind of like, I don't think it was like really taken that serious. We were just kind of like, we want to play some really dumb, chuggy, heavy music for fun, and whatever happens, happens. And then, just like almost instantly, it really kind of started gaining traction, which was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So fun question here for both of you.
All right.
If you could pick a song to describe you as a person, what song would it be?
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, I've kind of always, I guess like a theme song. I listen to it almost every day, get myself amped up. So like something similar to that. I would probably say Dick Solid by Cancer Slug. Like, I think that fits my vibe pretty well.
I'll have to listen to that later. I've never heard of it.
It's really good. really good.
There's a local band from, I want to say New York or maybe Pennsylvania, called Pine Creek Academy, and their song "Mosh Pit." I would say is it because it's kind of like, yeah, we have problems. I have my own personal issues, but like when I'm here with the music, I'm a completely different person. I would say that's, speaks to me as like more of a theme song, I guess.
So you released, what do you call it? Trauma Bond.
On 420, yes.
Yes. What does that song mean to you?
But if you want to take,
Yeah, so the co-original founder, Chris, he actually wrote that song. But I would say it's just kind of like basically just stating, we're not going to be victims of, people's perceptions, bullying, or like being put in a box, or having people like try and walk all over us, or like have these, predispositioned, like, I guess, views or whatever. But the basic like whole vibe of the song is like, having power within yourself and not being a fucking victim, and not letting people victimize you, and not allowing yourself to be victimized. That's kind of, I guess that's probably about the right with that.
Then you have another song called, Trust Issues. Was that hard?
yeah.
Was that hard to come out?
So Trust Issues is supposed to get a release. Again, that was one of the songs that Chris wrote, so we're still kind of working with him on getting up and getting a release for it. Obviously, hit with his feature on it. Not entirely sure what time frame that's going to happen, as we're also working on other material, and we have a couple other planned releases before that one, I would say, just depending on time frame. But yeah,
Definitely, it would come out on an EP. I don't think it would be a single, but definitely the EP.
definitely going to be on the EP.
So how many songs do you think you're going to have on your new EP?
Oh wow!
Well,
I want at least five or four. It's fine with me.
yeah, I think it's just really going to depend, because I mean, realistically, we have about 6 or 7 songs, including a new one that we just wrote, and then we're actively working on like newer songs. So I'm thinking like maybe it'll be along the lines of maybe a split EP, like maybe one would come out at one point, another one would come out after. It would have like 5 of the songs, and then the other one would have like maybe 5 of the songs, or something like that, just to break it up instead of releasing it as a full record. And plus, I get this, it's expensive to record, so typically EP is a bit cheaper.
So it is cost effective to do an EP instead of a full length.
Mm-hmm.
I would say so. Plus, I can't remember who I saw talking about this, but I've kind of ran with this since hearing it. But, being a new band, I feel like it's really hard to get people to sit down and listen to an entire full-length record.
Okay.
You know, like getting people to focus their attention to that, I think tends to be a little harder to do. Plus, I feel like with an EP, with there only being like 5 songs, it's easier for people to get more familiar with all those tracks instead of saying like one or two of them getting kind of tucked underneath because you've released 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely prefer the EP to album way to go.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think you're ever going to come out with a physical? Are you thinking about ever coming out with a physical?
Yeah, yeah. It's still pretty DIY right now, but I've actually been looking into a CD burner because I've got a ton of CDRs. Well, there will be some physical stuff of like some singles or maybe just like a quick little demo, but I would hope that the EP would get a physical, like an actual physical. Um, but of
It'll
course,
probably,
it's
yeah,
you
it'll
know,
probably happen at some point, but probably not like anytime soon. As you know, there's I guess other priorities at the moment as far as things we would spend our the band funds on. So, but at some point,
Since you're a newer band coming in the scene, do you think it's been easy or hard?
um,
um,
well, I mean, Thomas and I have kind of been in the scene for a really long time. So I mean, like, I guess some people kind of already knew of us, and we already kind of had like some connections as far as venues and promoters and things like that. So, I mean, honestly, I would say Alpha Strain has probably been one of the easiest bands I've been in as far as becoming integrated into the scene.
yeah, having the recognition and knowledge from Home for the Day has really helped out, especially with venue owners and promoters. And of course, just all around like fans in the scene that are close friends. Um, it's crazy to see how easily and well this has taken off since April.
Yeah.
If you could pick one thing to change in the music industry at this moment, what would it be?
Uh,
I guess I would say like I guess the way the algorithm works because it's so TikTok oriented and all that. And it's not real. I hate to sound kind of dickish, but it's seems to be more money based and stuff instead of like, oh, this band actually has talent. They're like, let's do this. I don't really know how to explain it. I guess changing discovery and I guess traffic towards where you want people to go to like Spotify, YouTube, and stuff. Definitely a challenge with the social media. I could definitely changing that would be great.
I think as a whole, like, the hardcore metal world as a whole, I would say bigger bands taking talented local bands on tour with them and helping get them the exposure they deserve.
And not expecting a buy-in.
Yeah, I think gaining the mentality that every successful band there is a win for our scenes and our music in general.
Mhm.
Getting more bands out there, so It helps, I guess, the spread of it to the masses. It helps it get bigger. You have more bands getting bigger. Your scenes, your local scenes, are going to get bigger as that happens. And it also helps with just overall, like, it would help with overall, like, morality, or morale, yeah, with morale for, like, local bands to keep pushing for that, those bigger goals of doing bigger shows and playing with bigger bands, and there being more support from the bigger bands, even if they're just reaching out to their own scenes that they grew up in, and going out and looking for bands that they would want to take on board, and just being like, yo, here's your shot, let's fucking do it.
So what's your feeling on bands not saying for other sets? They just pack up and leave.
I honestly, personally, I can't stand it. I don't like to play and leave. I have multiple times, with work, and I fully understand. But I can't stand it to watch like an opener put on a fantastic set, and then just they leave right after, and all their friends leave right after as well. I hate it. I'll die on the hill any day of the week. You paid money. Why waste it just to watch 30 minutes or something?
Yeah, and I mean we've seen it. We've seen it a couple times. I mean, some things I think are justifiable. Like, I mean, we're all adults. We all work. Some of us have kids. So, and so do other people. So, like, I definitely get, especially like if bands are playing like 2 or 3 hours away, the show's not going to till like midnight. They got to get home and do their things. But if it's a sense where like bands are just showing up to play their spot and then they dip and then they take their people with them, that's shitty. But also, if let's say you're a headliner band or like second to headline, and you just decide that you're not going to show up till 30 minutes before you're supposed to go on, that's just as shit as leaving early, like coming late and not showing everybody support, or not promoting to your own fans. Be like, hey, yo, we're going on at this time, but we're going to be here at this time, come hang out, pushing to get your own fans to come out and stay out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Definitely plays.
Yeah, I mean, with Home for the Day, that happened on tour. A band was headlining and said, "Oh, we're going at this time," and that's when more people showed up. And then they just left. I'll stand firm. You ask me what time we're going on, I'm going to tell you the wrong time. I want you to be there the whole time. Call me a dick. Don't waste your money.
So when you go to a show for yourself, are you on the rail or are you on? I know it depends on the venue if they have it or not. Are you a rail person or side bar or left bar or back bar person?
Personally, I like to mingle around, talk to some friends, watch the bands. Mostly from the side sometimes, especially if there's a pit. I don't really pit as much anymore. But I try and get as close as I can so I can hear everything. And yeah, I want the full experience, I guess, when I go to a show. I see my buddies, see the bands, enjoy them, especially like once they're done, go talk to them, tell them I loved it. But Blair, you take it away. I'm push mouth over here.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends, really. I'm usually all over the place at shows. I like to socialize and all that stuff, just as much as see the bands. I think that is a big part of going to shows or going to concerts, just as much as seeing the bands, is getting to know people, networking. I mean, I network a lot, even at, shows that aren't mine or like bigger concerts. But, I mean, this may sound how it sounds, but like, it really depends on the band. I do tend to go out of my way to make sure that I'm catching at least some of every band that plays, or even like bigger bands. If I go say I'm going to go see these 2 big bands, but there's like these 3 other big bands that maybe I'm not personally a fan of, I definitely like to try and check out at least a little bit of it. So it really all depends. I mean, sometimes a band comes on that is, so just incredible that I can't pull myself away, and I'm just right up front on it. That happens a lot. Sometimes it's like 3 or 4 songs in, I fuck with it, but I want a beer. So then I'll migrate and I'll go to the bar. So it really depends. It's kind of all of it. It's kind of everywhere, all around.
Normally when I'm at a show, I'm always at a show, but normally when I'm at a show, it depends on who it is. I'm going to see Lorna Shore on Friday. I am going to be
Great.
I'm going to be like the right-hand side. I mean, the right-hand side of the upper bar. I'm too old I'm too old for the pit. I'm too old for the pit. I'm not doing it. And I can still get my photos from there. I can still, hear everything, see everything. Or even go live from there. That's probably going to happen at some point. If internet lets me. Sometimes it's wonky over there. But, yeah, I'm not... Me growing up moshing is totally different than your type of moshing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot more painful now, I would assume. Lorna Shore does put on a great show. I actually took my brother at some point this year when they were in Greensboro with Shadow of Intent. It was them, Body Snatchers, Boundaries, and I just remember we started in the back where we couldn't see the stage, and just when every band finished, we got closer and closer.
Yeah.
And by the point Lorna Shore came on, I think I was like 5 people away from him, from Will, and I thought that was just amazing.
So there's 4 bands that night. One of them is Currents. Currents is going to be there, so that should be interesting. That should be interesting. I've never seen them live yet, but it should be It should be very interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I will say the crowd will get loud. Like, this is the one thing that disappointed me about the Lorna Shore show is when he was doing To the Hellfire, right when he does the pig grunts, just everybody got so loud I couldn't hear it. That's the only thing that bummed me out about that show.
Okay, I was corrected. There's 5 on that list. One of the people I'm taking with me is so there's 5 on that list. I thought 4. There's 5. I'm not missing any of them. I'm the first one in. I'm the first one out. I stay.
There.
Opener to closer. No. All right, so this will be fun. Freaky Friday scenario. Which band member you do not want to be for 24 hours?
You say do want to be or did not want to be?
Do not want to be.
Not want to be me.
Out of our band?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think it would be pretty rad to kind of experience life through any of my band members. Honestly, I think that would be pretty. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty fucking dope, personally.
If anybody, I would say like Malik. because he's always so happy and just ready to go. I wish I still had his energy.
So if you could play any venue in the world, what venue?
The Whiskey a Go Go. I don't know why. It's something that's always stood. I know they Whiskey a Go Go. Fuck you for your merch cuts, but I want to play your venue eventually.
I
don't know. I've always wanted to play there. I guess it's the Motley Crue fan in me or something. I don't really know, but
I would love to go to I would love to go to somewhere like in California, and like I don't have like a venue by name, but like I've seen videos of some of like the California hardcore mixed punk like shows where they're just like they're in someone's like fucking living room or backyard, and it is just
hell
people
yeah.
losing their minds like that. I would like to play like a house show or backyard show with like 100 fucking people just lose their mind in my face, close and personal. Like that's I would rather do stuff like that than Coliseum. Though that would be sick, but like I love that.
Close and personal makes it better.
Oh yeah, especially hardcore music.
There's I want to say it's Pennsylvania. I'm probably severely wrong, but I know up north, Seneca Burns. Of course, my drummer Christian for Hope Today. He's in Seneca Burns. They have played Walmart Beach up north quite a few times, and it's just like a concrete slab behind a Walmart or something like that, and it's so cool. And I want to play there as well. Like I'm sure Blair would absolutely love it.
I would adore that.
If I had any musical talent in me, I would say Red Rock.
Okay.
It's freaking gorgeous.
I'll grab my truck. Over here.
So were you into New Jersey hardcore or New York?
New York hardcore is pretty awesome. Of course, my neighbor got me into New York hardcore. Like I've heard a few here and there, like newer bands, but I didn't really know of like Sick of It All and stuff like that. But yeah, of course, I've got some dear friends from Jersey, but New York hardcore is pretty spot on and pretty good.
Yeah, I'd have to go New York hardcore.
Like I'm from New Jersey, so I'm gonna have to say Jersey side, but I'm in between. I mean, I'm literally love both, but I wish it was more around.
Yeah.
I definitely know more like pop punk and stuff from the Jersey area than hardcore, but musically, like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I literally almost fell over. One of my customers was wearing New York hardcore hat the other day, and I'm like, "How do you know about that?" Well, like he didn't look around my age. I'm like, "How did you know about that?" Like, it's always a weird. I mean, I talk music all day. I mean, to anybody, anything, all types. But so let's go back to what you were saying about merch cuts. What is the average around you?
Well, luckily, we have not experienced. Actually, my whole almost 10 years of being in the scene, I haven't experienced merch cuts, and that's from here to Texas and all the way up to like New York and stuff. I haven't experienced it. I have seen that it's further like towards like the California coast. So luckily, like I said, I haven't experienced it, but if there's ever a venue that does it, catch us outside because we're not giving them money. No, like
Yeah.
I'll die on that hill.
Fuck that,
Kiss
you're
my
right.
balls. I'm not giving you our money.
Yeah, no, that's our money. We buy our own shirts. We put our own money into our own merch, and that's how we make a good bit of our profit at shows is selling merch. So, I mean, I don't understand the principle of it. It sounds like a hustle to me. And for any venue to think that it's okay to demand a merch cut from a band because they allowed them to play at their venue, you can get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty much your bread and butter. That's how you get to the next spot. That's how. When I saw, Falling Reverse, I can't think of his name at the moment because
Ronnie Radke.
yes, when he said 25%, 25%.
I know
Ronnie Radke's a fucking piece of shit.
what is it? I think PNC takes a decent amount as well because I seen different locations when I went and saw Alice in Chains and Breaking Benjamin and stuff. I saw things where their merch was a little cheaper, but it was $60 to $80 at PNC, and I'm just like, that's ridiculous. And it was to make money off of the merch cuts because they're taking so much.
So the PNC by you, because I have a PNC by me. It's run by Live Nation.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I've been on a few Live Nation shows. I want to say the Red Show was, but luckily they didn't ask us for any cuts. But they definitely had a high demand on those tickets.
I mean, I look at it this way, man. Like, if we can't play a show or at a venue because we refuse to do merch cuts, then big fucking deal. Like, whatever. We'll play somewhere else. We'll play a different show. It's not that big of a deal. At least not to me. It's not that big of a deal. Especially like we're not even really we're not a big band. So
I'm sure it's inevitable over time. Once you get the name behind you, but when a band's starting out and they're not even a national act, I feel like that's just using or manipulating somebody who's just wanting the opportunity.
But also if bands have to raise their merch prices because of something like this, fuck that too. Like it's an all around issue because now your fans have to pay more to get your merch, and like I don't know if anybody's paying attention to the way shit's going, but like shit's already high. Shit's already high as fuck. So like people want to come out and see their favorite band and maybe get a shirt, but anybody who's expected to buy a ticket, come out, support, buy drinks at the venue, and spend $40-50 on a shirt. I mean, that's that's fucking hustle, man.
I mean, because even at shows when somebody, I think it was the odd, we were selling our shirts for $20, and somebody was like, "Oh man, I don't have all that." I guess maybe next time. I think it was like $12-15, and I was like, you know what? Take it. That's perfectly. I would rather you have a positive experience. I guess even if they were lying to me to say they had 20 and they just want to save $5, that's fine. I would rather you leave happy and loving us and with something of ours on your back than be like, oh man, I bought one shirt at a show and now I can't afford like my power bill. Come up to us. I'll give you a magnet. I'll give you a sticker. I don't care. Happily.
selling merch and or like getting merchandise out there, it's branding, essentially in a business aspect. It's free promotion, it's free branding, at least to some extent, because like someone, say you got 6 people, 7 people at a show who bought a shirt, that's 6 or 7 people who are going to be out and about wearing your band's logo, and that helps get more and more people. So like if it comes down to like a $5 difference or a $3 difference, and like I mean is and we tend to try at this point stay pretty stocked up on merch. So I mean like I just want to know that people are wanting to wear our stuff, and want to rep our name and get us out there. Like that's how you do it, like that's essential.
You know how many conversation starters when you see a band shirt and you never heard of them before?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I fully understand. Trust me, because our shirt here has been quite a conversation starter. Where is the camera? There it is. But it's Goku, smoking, and people always like, dude, that's such a cool shirt. Oh my god, I gotta have it. Or even if you're just a comic book nerd, you're gonna get into it. Or manga nerd. Sorry.
Eh,
But it's going to spark some interest. Like I love hearing somebody say, "Oh, dude, I love that design," or what is it? The Body Snatcher shirt I got. That it looks like it's Doom Eternal, but it's like it's Halo, and it's always a conversation piece when I wear it. I love it.
Honestly, I turned into that person and I didn't want to be. When I see younger generation wearing Sublime or Guns N'
Yeah,
Roses or Def Leppard and they don't know nothing.
yeah.
I'm just
I've
trying to have
definitely
a
grown up
conversation
doing
with
that,
them
but.
and they have no idea.
Of
Yeah.
course, now when I see a Nirvana shirt, I think of Nirvana. Shout out to Rick Logan. Love you to death. Um, uh, it does
I
pain
don't
me
really run
sometimes.
into that too often with like I guess heavier bands. Not that I only listen to heavy music, but I mean, like of course, you'll find people wearing like a Misfits shirt or a Ramones shirt or like an AC/DC shirt or something like that, and they probably just wearing it because it looks cool or whatever. I mean, they
Got it
sell
on
they
sale at
sell the
Target.
shit at Walmart, Walmart and Target, so of course.
And
But
Forever 21.
there are plenty of times I've had some people come in to where I work and they're wearing like a brutal hoodie, like a hoodie with like some brutal lettering on it, and I'm like, "Yeah, what band is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a brand," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay." I'm like, "Okay,
yeah,
sick."
yeah. Brands are doing that a lot.
But it's a cool way to start conversation because I always make sure to throw in that like, "Oh, well, my band logo kind of looks like that." So and then they're like, "Oh, you're in a band, bada boom, bada bing, go check us out," that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely using like trending thing. Like we have a magnet that has Gara from Naruto on it. I've made the same image multiple times. Like there's a Home for the Day one that's unreleased. That's Kakashi. Just finding something that people love to
Yeah,
get them talking about your merch is just it's
yeah.
easy and yet it's challenging to do.
Plus, we like to, like we're a fun band. We try to, have fun with everything we do. Even if like, some songs have like serious tones to them, which a lot of the time lyrically they tend to. But like that's just one aspect of the band and what we're about. Like we all just, you know, like to do our thing and just have a good time make fun stuff, even like, you know, some of our song names, merch, imagery. Like there's definitely a whole like vibe that we try and meet and do that I think works really well for us. I think people connect with it because I feel like it's authentic.
So, what is your biggest pet peeve when you're on stage, when you look out to the audience?
I mean,
Well, my biggest pet peeve on stage is an incompetent sound guy. But like give your person a sound check. Like that's all I'm asking. But honestly, when you know it's rowdy, all the music is fun and stuff, and of course when you come to a metal show, there's going to be like an open pit, you know, for people who do. I'm not fond of standing around. Of course, I know I do it, but I'm guilty. But when you're feeling the music and everything, it's hitting all the right notes, like the breakdowns are just hitting that soft spot beautifully, and you're just, no, man, throw down, hurt, not hurt yourself, not hurt nobody else. But I'm saying, but like, throw it down, throw some hands, have some fun, show us, because when we see that you're having fun, and this goes for any band, when the band sees that you're having fun, I'm trying to look right in the camera, that makes us do so much better and just brings the show to life.
It's vibe meets vibe, man.
Exactly. We want y'all to have a good time. We're trying to have the best time. Be a part of the show with us.
Yeah. But I mean, I have to be real honest about this one. You know, I know people like to drink, you know, get a little fucked up or whatever. To each their own. You know, I've been known to get a little drunk myself, but I'd have to say it's the dudes or chicks or whoever bringing their fucking beverages, whatever it may be, into the fucking pit, slinging the beer on everybody, spilling it on the ground, creating a hazard for the dancers and the moshers, or just being so belligerent that they're running other people off, or, you know, they're being fucking obnoxious. I also, like, I guess, you know, I'm all for hardcore dancing. I'm all for crowd killing. Express yourself how you express yourself, but express yourself with responsibility. Like, you know, I don't like people who target people. You know, I don't think that that's the right way to fucking do it. You know, clearly be observant of your surroundings.
Yeah.
You know, there's not everybody's there for that. And respectfully, everybody should be able to come to a show for whatever reason they want. So, you know, it's just like irresponsible moshers, irresponsible dancers, you know, nobody likes the fucking overly tough dude with his chest puffed out the whole time, acting like he could beat everybody's ass in the room. You know, personally, I don't fucking give a shit about that. Don't ruin the show for everybody else. Have fun responsibly. Like, you know, otherwise you fucking kill it. You kill the experience for a lot of people. Now, granted, if we're at a goddamn beatdown show, and it's a beatdown show, it's a straight fucking hardcore show, you know, like, you're there because you know what's up, and it's gonna be what it is, then whatever. But a lot of the times, you know, we play a lot of different types of gigs with a lot of different types of bands. You know, we do a lot of cross genre shows and mixed genre shows, and so, like, you know, throw down for us by all means, but like, don't be a dick about it.
Yeah, I remember years ago, in another band I used to be in, we were playing a great venue. It was a great set. And then I remember, like, there were patrons at this bar that were just there to be at the bar. And this is when crowd killing was at its height before it really kind of fell off. I mean, I don't know if it fell off. I don't like crowd killing. I think it's just a little too much. But this dude came up. Blair, I know you remember. I'm not going to name names, but I'll explain later. But this dude was just having a beer and just yanked his chair and started throwing it at people. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's ruining the experience. Don't. I see all these videos of people crowd killing and hardcore dancing with like chairs, and you are ruining the experience. I'm sorry. Call me an asshole. I'll call you a bitch. You're ruining the experience for everybody who's there to have fun and enjoy the band. I'm not trying to be there and catch a fucking chair to my damn head when I'm trying to listen to, Bunker Hill Bloodbath or Encrade Noir or something. Like, I'm not saying this has happened at their shows. I'm just, referencing other bands to.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, like, risk my own health just to see a band I love. Have fun, mosh, do whatever at a show, but don't go, like, over the top. It's too much.
Plus, like,
don't hurt people. That's not fun.
We're a very inclusive band, and one of our biggest things is that
Right, John.
Everybody is welcome at an Alphastrain show, except for
Absolutely everybody.
Obviously, the bigots. They should probably stay far away because it's not the place for you. But people who have a sense of morality, normal people, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is welcome, whether you're hardcore or you're not hardcore. So, just don't come to our shows and be an asshole. Like, if your intention of getting in the pit is you're like, how many people can I hurt? It's like you kind of miss the point, so...
That's not enjoying. Hurting people isn't enjoying music. Hey, Chris. Hey, buddy. Love you.
Hardcore dancing, feeling the music. Like, I don't pit a lot anymore either because I've sustained some pretty gnarly injuries that I really can't.
That shit.
I really can't risk re-injuring myself. But I won't lie. There are times. Like, it does happen. There's when a certain band gets on and those beats hit, those breakdowns hit, like, and I dance pretty hard typically, but I do it with, like, as I do it, I still try to be as observant of my surroundings as possible. Like, my goal is, like, I'm not trying to hit anybody. Like, I don't want to hit anybody. I just want to fucking swing. I want a two-step. I want to get into it. I think that's the general consensus for most people. Like, even at some of the heavier shows, like, it does happen, and more than likely, if there's a big ass pit going and people are swinging, people gonna get hit. It comes with the territory, but most of the time it's not intentional. And I've even known a lot of crowd killers who crowd kill, but they do it responsibly. Like, they know who it's okay to do it to in the room, rather than just hitting anybody and everybody in the room. Like, you could really fuck somebody's experience up like that, and now they're not going to come back.
It's the same thing with crowd surfing as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Me and my significant other, we went to Welcome to Rockville out in Florida. I was so excited. Both of us were so excited to see Bullet for My Valentine after the rain finally went away, and we got great spots. But the crowd killers just I was reaching up as high as I could just to get a gasp of air. Have fun, crowd surf. Go ahead. But there is a point where it's too fucking much. Like, I know it's a great feeling, but if you've went 4 or 5 times,
That's
Call me a dick. I will step out of the way and watch you fucking hit the ground. I'll pick you up, but I'm not about to fucking throw you to the front. Fuck off. I mean, but like John's saying here in the pick up the fall, absolutely. Like I'll pick you up, but I'm not gonna lift you. I'm not gonna no. It's not fun. I'm here for the show, not for you.
When it comes to crowd surfing, like I guess I don't have too large of an opinion on it. I mean, I've definitely had some, experiences where people were crowd surfing, knee me in the face and all that. But I'm pretty neutral on it. I think some shows, why not? I don't know. Me personally,
know your limits. Honestly, like if you're at Rockville, I saw some pretty hefty people crowd surfing, and props to them. I'm sure it felt amazing, but the people were strong.
Yeah,
please know your limit. I'm not a weightlifter.
I don't have a say on it. I don't really have a say on it. Crowd surfing is, I'm pretty neutral when it comes to crowd surfing or stage diving.
I'm too big for that shit.
I think things like crowd surfing and stage diving, it comes with the culture of the music.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just rooted in it. I think it's just a part of it. It's gonna happen, and you gotta, as an attendee going to a concert where there's gonna be things like that, you kind of gotta be just as aware of your surroundings as everybody else. It can be a little hard to do, but it kind of comes with it, just like moshing comes with metal and hardcore dancing comes with hardcore, and all these things come with a lot of the genres. I mean, it is fast, heavy, chugging, gnarly fucking music, and it brings out that hyped energy in people to where they want to do crazy shit, like they want to jump off the stage and stuff. So I mean, I say go for all of it. I say crowd surf, I say hardcore dance, I say mosh, I say
that's
crowd
right. Absolutely.
Just, don't be a dick about it. Yeah.
What was the best advice you were ever given?
In general?
In general, yeah.
What's in my mind is just don't trust the pull-out method. But no,
I would
have fun. Just have fun. Even if you're there for business, if you're there for pleasure, have fun.
I want to be kind of funny about it and say, go to rehab and get therapy. I think was the best advice I ever listened to. Like, if I'm just gonna be real about it, like that was it for me. That because that definitely improved my life.
Yeah. Facing any type of problems, please, any kind of help. Hell, come to one of us. We'll talk to you. Probably won't be the best advice, but it'll be advice nonetheless.
But, real shit.
So, do you have any advice for starting a band?
Oh man. Expect rejection. Expect negativity. But also, take in all the constructive criticism that you can get. There are things like on Submit Hub, say you want people to hear your song. If they say there's something they don't like about it, I mean, yeah, that's fine. But that could be something you can improve later on down the road. You're going to get told no. You're going to get told you suck. You're going to play for nobody. Home for the Day. I'm sorry to keep referencing my other band in this, but we've been around for nearly 10 years, and on our last tour, we played 2 shows where literally, like, the floor was our audience. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Never get discouraged. If you think it's your best song, do everything you can to promote it. If it's your worst song, do everything you can to make it better. It's a cutthroat world, even when you're just locals. When you're famous, it's still a cutthroat world. But keep pushing, keep writing, keep playing, keep performing. There are amazing, amazing nights that just show you it's worth it. I know you'll be broke. I know you'll be tired. You'll be late for work the next day. Who gives a shit? It's worth it in the end. It's fun. It's amazing. The camaraderie, just the unity. It's worth it. No matter how many downfalls there are or cons, there's always pros. It's perfectly balanced. Get out there and do it.
I would say if you're thinking of starting a band and you've never, like, it's your first band, you're just getting into music, don't go into it with an ego, first off. That's especially like if nobody knows who you are, like, it doesn't matter how good you think your band is. Like, if you
There's
go
somebody
into
that's gonna
it,
be like, this is trash. Yeah.
if you go into it with a huge ego, thinking that you're the shit, y'all are going to be the shit, like, people can see that, and it's not well received, especially by bands who have been in the scene for 10 fucking years. Like, they don't give a shit.
No.
Decide, like, why are you doing it? Like, why do you want to be in a band? Why do you want to play music? Whether that's just for fun, or if you want to pursue a career in it. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with being in a band, especially if you are one of the career pursuing artists and you want to pursue a career in it. There's a lot of shit that you got to do to get there. There's a lot of time you're going to have to sacrifice, money you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to be tired. You're going to be exhausted. Like, you really got to push. You got to be motivated. You got to fucking want that. You got to want it. And that'll show, like Thomas said, it's not easy. I remember the first show I ever played was in a punk band I started in high school. And though these were very different days back then, but the entire room walked out. And, like, I was bummed. And I was mad, and I went out there and I said, well, I went to ask people, I was like, why'd you leave? And they're like, well, because you fucking suck. Get better. And I think that was one of the, as far as music goes, that was probably some of the best advice and criticism I ever got, because I ate that shit with bitterness. And I was like, all right, I'll fucking show you then. And I got better, and I practiced harder, and I pushed for more.
Record yourself, like, even if it live shows, like, oh, this is what we were doing. We started doing this, and people weren't really receiving it well. Change it up. Just the minute details.
Really just push for it, man. Like, if you want to do it, you'll do it. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. You'll take the steps, but it doesn't come easy. I'm not saying, like, people don't give respect to new bands, but like, you got to make yourself known. You got to kind of pay your dues a bit and put in some work and show people what you're about. Don't ever just expect it. Don't ever just expect to be the next big band either. I've been playing music for 18 years, and I can't tell you how many bands I've been in. Bands will fail. Bands will succeed. Some bands will succeed and then fail. It's really just try again, and
Yeah.
figuring out why you even do it. Like, and you got to do it because you love it. You got to do it because the feeling it gives you. You know, being on stage, playing something that you created, seeing people react to that thing that you created, see people connect with something that came from within you. You know, that's really got to be your main driving force, because if it's money and fame and you just want to be the next that band, I mean, good luck.
Yeah.
Really, if you're going into it with the wrong fucking reasons, it's gonna show and it's gonna come back on you. If you're doing it because of lifestyle, I mean, there's a lot of, like, I lived lifestyle for a really long time, and I suffered for it, and I lost a lot of good bands because of it. I forgot that I do it because I enjoy creating music. So I mean, there's just expect a lot. If you're going to start a band and you're really going to push for it, expect a fucking lot, and expect to work and put in your time.
Yeah. And one final thing, of course, pay attention to the bands that are already in your scene and making it. Now, I'll see posts from, say, uh, back in the day with Regions, Seneca Burns. Just
Filth.
follow. I don't want to say do exactly as they did with like algorithm and posts and stuff like that, but marketing is a massive bit of it. Just even
Marketing,
when it
how
comes to getting deals on like, handing out stickers, that's marketing. Uh, Follow the trending things. Make sure you kind of follow what other bands, to an extent of what they're doing on how they're reaching their markets, what's getting them likes, what's getting them listens.
hell,
And
even
help
talk, even talk to them about it. Ask
Yeah.
them.
exactly.
Be like, so, like, do you have any advice? That's another big one. Do you have any advice? Ask for advice, from these bands that are really doing it. Most of these dudes aren't assholes. Like, they're all friends of friends and friends of the scene, and real humble people. So, like, just talk to
You'll
them.
walk away with knowledge. You'll walk away with better knowledge at the end of the day.
Don't look at them as like competition. Look at them as inspiration. Look at them
Damn
as
right.
people who are paving the way for your scene, because obviously they're doing something right.
Hence, it's called music business. You have to
Business.
learn. You have to learn how to make the t-shirts. You know how to learn how to do the lighting. Every aspect of it you should learn.
Run
Does
your band like a business, because it
Yeah.
is.
Quality is important. Like the quality of the merch, the quality of the content, the quality of the damn like product in general.
The quality all around. You want to put out
Yeah.
quality. Don't take shortcuts. Like,
Nobody's gonna come out and see a band that has, spray painted shirts. I mean, of course, I'm guilty of that for DIY. I don't. Anyway, but if you got spray painted shirts and you're running a first act, someone's not going to take you seriously. I hate to say it because first act actually has some quality shit, but you got to amp this damn big.
gear. Invest in the fucking gear.
Yeah, it's going to cost.
But
I $400 mistake turned into a over $1,000 like investment that's just improved.
Absolutely. So much. So fucking much, man.
So before I let you guys go, do you have anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Well, I guess I will start. If you haven't seen the Alpha Strain or Trauma Gang post anytime soon, well, actually, I'll just all of today. We will be on the road late January. We're actually getting a start on shows pretty early in January. We'll be at Monstercade on the 6th. And what is it? The Rooster
The
on the
Rooster.
11th. And then we hit the road January 26th, 27th, 28th, February 2nd and 3rd. So South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, and then, of course, February will be here in North Carolina. But we hope to see y'all out. We're stacked all the way to May. Hit us up. Hit me up. Hit our Instagram. Anything. We can give you any information that you may need to see us. We hope to see y'all out. Keep bumping. Trauma Bondage and Nameless. Trauma, I think, is getting close to 700 streams. That's fantastic. Thank y'all so much. Just keep enjoying the music and keep being y'all. We love y'all and appreciate y'all. Hope to see y'all in 2024.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for listening to our music. You know, I monitor a lot of the social media, so I see a lot of the engagement. Try to engage back when I have time, but all the love and all the support means the world to all of us. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to the real ones who be showing up at almost all the shows. Y'all know who you are. Y'all the real ones. We hope to see more people, more faces reappearing. But just in general, anybody who fucks with our shit, we appreciate you. We hope you enjoy the new shit that comes out here soon. 2024 is going to be a fun year for releases, a couple more singles, EP, music videos, etc., etc., etc. Be true to yourself. Fuck your haters. Live your life.
Yeah, don't listen to what some chucklehead ass motherfucker wants to tell you. Live your life. Keep being you.
That's right. That's it.
So where can you be followed?
You can follow us on Instagram, Alphasttrainnchc. We do have a TikTok. What is that? Alphastrain 420. I don't remember. Of course, Facebook. We're on Spotify. There's actually, for some weird thing, of 2 Alpha Strains on Spotify. You'll see our logo. The other one, some dude from like 2018. Ignore that guy.
YouTube music.
I mean, unless you like it, bump it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can find us Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, pretty much wherever.
Deezer, Tidal. You can actually not stream, but if you want to make a song on Snapchat with Nameless, do it.
I just might.
It's available.
That might happen later.
We said make a TikTok, use Nameless, use Trauma Bondage, tag us in. It could be you just like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. I mean, shout out to Mike, I guess.
Emotional, damn it.
Sorry, I had to for that comment, but hallways and hot dogs, you know.
But yeah, put our song over it. Tag us. We'll share it. We don't care. It'll be in our status. It'll be on our story.
Get some.
Thanks, Brian.
Videos of y'all having some good sessions, and tag us in that shit because.
Hell yes.
Fuck yeah. We'll
Show us what you got.
Reply videos. We'll do response videos of that shit. That'll be fun. We'll get a good internet sesh going.
Yep. And if you follow us on Instagram, you will see in our bio that the links to our personal pages. Add me at Thomas for an hour. You're more than welcome to. I'll do my best to converse with you. If time willing, but yeah, definitely. You see my name here, Thomas Taylor. It's pretty hard to miss me. Feel free to add me anywhere. Yeah. Alpha Strain, music stuff.
Alphasttrain.
All right, before I let you guys go, just want to let you know it's going to be on Facebook, Concert Junkies Rob. It's on YouTube, same thing on YouTube, and Twitch. It's just Concert Rob because it wouldn't let me
Hit them follow buttons.
And TikTok, I think it's just Robert M. Rosenthal.
Yeah,
And,
probably so.
yeah, you'll find that everywhere. Before I let you guys go, I don't know if you guys know or everybody know. This is the 400th episode. So
Big 400. Let's go. The dog's hyped about it. You should be too.
But I want to thank you guys, and I will see everybody in a couple weeks or so.
All right. Thank you for
Have a great
tuning in.
night.
Thanks for having us.